history of gaming is a history of violence. From the pixelated destruction of the very first Space Invader, killing has always been rewarded in games, and rarely questioned. For almost 2 decades, the Tomb Raider series has been part of this ugly history, but now it returns, rebooted and reimagined. Forget everything you think you know. This is Tomb Raider: Born Again. And we do mean born again. Like any birth, Tomb Raider emerges kicking and screaming and bleeding, somehow horrifying and beautiful all at once. It's hard to stress the emotional impact that the game has on anyone who plays it. The iconic Lara Croft breaks free from over 15 years of voyeurism and misogyny to become, at last, a fully realized character. No longer gazed upon as a pretty object, she is a dark mirror, one who shows us an honest reflection of the modern gaming action hero, and, in turn, our own attitudes towards violence in our culture. Vulnerable and human, the more bruised and broken she becomes, the more she disturbs, or rather, the more we become disturbed by ourselves. Whoever you are, there will be a moment in Tomb Raider that shocks you, one that leads you to question your actions and your morality. For all its talk of survival, it's the most effective, mature, and self-aware horror game we've played in years. Gruesome and terrifying, but not just out to push buttons. It's an extremely coherent, extremely resonant piece of interactive storytelling. From its plot to its puzzles, it's all about 4 things: fire, water, women, and violence. It's this last part that manages to be the most effective, provoking a response hour after hour. Lara's journey from desperate survivor to efficient killer will haunt us, as will every brutal moment along the way.
I don't want any trouble.
No.
We'll come.
No! No!
I'm handling this!
No!
And yet, all of this soul-searching and subtext exists within one of the most accomplished action-adventure games ever made. Discarding traditional levels for a gear-gated linear path through an open world, the result is part Resident Evil 4, part Metroid, with a generous sprinkling of Uncharted, Assassin's Creed, and Arkham City to finish it off. Shooting, platforming, puzzles, it's a complicated mix, one which many have failed to get right, but Tomb Raider makes it look effortless. New weapons, abilities, and upgrades aren't just well-paced and game-changing, they're all part of the growth of Lara Croft as a character, part of her dark descent into brutality.
Please come and get me.
I have to stay here. You can do this, Lara.
This all takes place on the breathtaking island of Yamatai. Dirty, bleak, and raw, the beauty of this sun-bleached locale will leave your jaw permanently glued to the floor. From the snow scattering in the wind atop its highest mountains to the waves slicing into its sandy shores, the wonders of Yamatai inspire thorough exploration. And what you'll discover beneath its surface is a collection of puzzle rooms, the eponymous tombs of the game. If we can criticize Tomb Raider for anything, it's that these sections are too few, and far too many of them are just optional side quests. The main path is paved with intense action and set pieces, but not enough of these slow-paced, cerebral head-scratchers that the series is best known for. Regardless, Tomb Raider is a success on almost every conceivable level. It joins a very elite group of games that can boast explosive action, intelligent puzzles, beautiful locations, and a story so bold it redefines what we should expect from our AAA blockbusters. If Tomb Raider's smarter elements go over your head, its darker ones are guaranteed to get under your skin. It's an experience as necessary to this generation as violence, and proof that there are new horizons to be found, even for gaming's most well-worn icons.